Hey you guys, and welcome to my channel. In this video we're going to explore 10 things that toxic manipulative people will typically say in a relationship. All right, and the good thing about knowing these things is when you hear it, or if you've already heard it, you can begin to connect the dots of what they were saying versus what they were actually meaning. And when I look at these 10 things, they have a general running theme of trying to shift the attention and shift your energy into an energy of proving yourself, proving your loyalty. This is the general theme of what the manipulative person is trying to trigger in you when they say these types of things with you. All right, so let's go ahead down the list of the 10 things or statements, if you will. Number 1, they may say something like, fine, leave like everyone else. Honestly, again, prove yourself to me, prove your loyalty. And when we peel the onion back a little bit further, a statement like this could, be tapping into their rejection and abandonment insecurities. All right. So, and they're minimizing the situation. Fine, and it's actually dismissive as well, like most of these statements. But yeah, this is basically what's going on in that case. And ultimately, guys, and this goes for all of these things, is really staying true to yourself and doing what you feel like you need to do, and not be intercepted by the energy that they're trying to impose on you by, making these manipulative statements. Okay. So number 2 here, they might say something like, well, can we just be friends? Can't we be friends then? All right. And usually they'll say something like this after they've ruined or obliterated the romantic relationship. All right. And they want to just keep some type of attachment or keep some type of access to you. Right. And the whole thing is, you're probably like scratching your head like, what? Be your friend? You're incapable of that. And that's what I want you guys to see. But all too often, I have actually talked to survivors who have extended that olive branch. I guess we can be friends. But, when we look at what friendship really entails and what they've just displayed, that you're cutting them out of their life only to just give them another title or transfer the title or take them back as a friend, when they've demonstrated over and over that they don't have the character, they don't have the care, and all the trust factors, all these things that are missing that would even qualify for them to even embark on growing a friendship with you. All right. Or else they wouldn't have ruined and obliterated the romantic relationship in the way that they did. Okay. Yeah, the romantic relationship could end between two healthy adults, but don't have to be obliterated. Okay. That insinuates overkill. It insinuates trauma, betrayal, and things that, friends would not be doing. Like, even if there was a friendship element within the romantic relationship, certain things would not have occurred, right? So we have to, stay in our logic and not let them toy around with our emotions. So the number 3 statement, guys, is you're like everyone else. All right. So they're placing you in a box. Oh, you're just like everyone else, when they're doing to you what they've done to everyone else. And yeah, you're going to have a limit just like everyone else. Everyone has a limit at some point. Okay. Yeah, you're going to have boundaries and standards. Yes, you do have rules just like the world and society, but subconsciously, here they are again trying to have you prove yourself. I'm not like the rest. I can love you. I can be there for you. Or, you're not special, or this is AKA to them, you're not the perfect supply. Oh, you're just like everyone else. I thought you were going to be different. I thought you were always going to take my ish, So that's what these statements, are going to trigger in someone that's codependent, to have to prove themselves and prove their loyalty. Okay. Number 4, guys, we deserve one more chance. See, this is a really tricky statement because it's just one more chance, right? Well, let's forget about the hundreds of other chances that they've gotten, the hundreds, thousands even of offenses that they've done. But yeah, we deserve one more chance. It makes it seem a little less risky, just one more time. But how many of you have gone back just for that one more time and it devastated you worse than all the times combined? Because, this gets worse and worse as it goes, all right? So let's, again, continue to be mindful. And here's the other side note. We deserve one more chance. It's really what they should be saying. I want another chance, because they're the ones that are destroying and disrupting, but they make it a we thing when it's really a them thing. They want one more chance. No, we deserve one more chance is what they're going to say when they want one more chance. And it's again pulling you in, making you that enabler, making you the team player in the toxicity. All right. Number 5, you never loved me. See, prove yourself, prove your loyalty. You never loved me. Yeah. And then when you know that you've given all that you could, like, how could they not see this? This is what they want you to think. I do love you, but I do. Then why aren't you staying? Why aren't you taking it? That's where the conversation is going to go. So, yeah, they want to trigger you. You never loved me. And it's just obscene, right? When you've been this sacrificial lamb, like, oh, I overgave, I overextended. So when they say you never loved me, yeah, so be very careful, guys. Be very careful. Number 6, you made me do that. Or look what you made me do. Look what you made me do. So we know that abusive personalities, toxic people, they're running from accountability. And, look what you made me do. They have no control over themselves. They're letting their environment run them. They react rather than respond more than not. So yeah, look what you made me do. I got out of control. I lost it, but look what you made me do, bringing you into it. So, of course, if you're taking accountability for any of it, that minimizes their role. And then it makes it seem like you may be unfair, or you may be too harsh, or, well, since you're wrong now, I guess we're wrong together. I guess we could work it out. See how this is leading back to them staying in your life in some shape, form, or fashion if you process this, the wrong way. So number 7, guys, you did this, or you're the one that did it, not me. Where they project on you, like they accuse you. You come to them, why did you do this? Or why are you doing that? You're the one that's doing it. They throw it on you and deny any type of responsibility, any type of involvement in what they've clearly been doing. All right. And we call that gaslighting, by the way, for those of you who may not know. But yeah. And that's part of the crazy making. And if they say this to you enough times, psychologically, you might actually begin to question yourself on what you know. It's the truth, and you're questioning yourself because they've denied it so many times and projected it onto you. Even when they're long gone, you're still wondering if you were the one doing these things. Okay, and that's why I say, repetition can be your friend, but sometimes it could be your enemy when you're in a toxic situation and they're doing this to you over and over and over again. All right. That's why we have to get out of these situations. And it would be less emotional baggage to clear up after the fact if we just honor ourselves and leave right away. Okay. Number 8, guys, if you leave me, I may not be able to manage, or I may as well not be around, or, anything that would insinuate to self-harm and suicide. Okay. So would you want to feel guilty for someone taking their life because you weren't there? Someone that's in a codependent energy will feel responsible for rescuing, will feel responsible for their well-being and not think about, you know what, I'm not the one who put the gun to their head, the knife, and, you know, the simple fact that they probably won't even harm themselves, but they're just saying this to, you know, trigger you to stay. Okay. So, you know, what they do to themselves is themselves. They shouldn't let anyone have that type of control and power over them to where that person leaves. They don't want to live now. So we have to be mindful about these type of things and have a healthy way of looking at it, and then let that be a true indication of you seeing just how toxic they are and how much help that they need. Okay. And number 9, I never said that, and which is very similar to I never did that. You know, that I didn't do that. You did it. They're not taking accountability for an action, but now in number 9 here, they are, I never said those things to you, and they did. You know, and of course, this is another form of gaslighting, but now we're just specifically on the verbal aspect of things, okay? And this is where you have to be strong in yourself. Like, you know what you heard. You got 2 ears. They work quite well, right? Didn't your doctor tell you your ears are fine? So you know what you heard. You know what you heard. All right. So number 10, let's talk about this last really tricky manipulative thing that they do that I definitely wanted to point out to you guys so that you'll be able to, you know, from a psychology standpoint and psychologically be able to understand when a person is doing this to you, and, you know, you'll see right through it. Okay. So number 10, they might say something like, if you don't like it, you can leave. You know, this is more, let's paraphrase this to, which do you want, A or B? You know, this is someone that's acting like they're giving you a choice. They're going to act like they're giving you a choice. But the 2 choices that they'll give you is going to be something that they know is unfavorable in your eyes. So you can stay or do this really unfavorable thing that you don't want to do that could possibly put you in a situation. Prime example, let's say your narcissistic boss, you know, asks you to stay and do the overtime. And, you know, they've been kind of abusing this lately, and you've come 5 weekends in a row, and I need you to come this weekend too. And you really had to take care of some things in your home life because you're not only working 5 days a week, you've been working 7 days a week now, right? And we know we had to be able to have that work-life balance. And you're like, you know, I really came the last 5 weeks, but, you know, I had some things that I really had to take care of in my personal life. And I would really need to not be able to have to come this weekend. And maybe we can resume this next weekend, but I've come the last 5. You know, you're trying to, you know, make that, well, we have deadlines around here, and you know what you signed up when you took the job, and, you know, your job signed you up for 40 hours and overtime here and there, by the way, not every weekend, 5 weekends in a row, and here we're on the 6th weekend, you know. But either way, they might say, well, if you don't like it, you know, you can leave. Well, no one's usually going to make that rash decision to just leave their job in that moment. They have a family, a wife, children that they're taking care of, perhaps. They don't have another job lined up. They could be paycheck to paycheck. You know, they may not be in the situation to just leave the job right away. So when they're saying, which do you want, A or B, it's, are you going to stay? Or are you going to get fired and put yourself in a worse decision, not plan this out, not take the necessary steps to, well, you know, if I'm going to leave, I'll work on finding another job around this one. And then, you know, I transition from this job to that job. No one's usually going to just fly off the handle, but a narcissist might. But we're talking about non-narcissistic people responding to manipulative things that toxic people may say. Okay. So yeah, you might not just decide to do that. You have to just take that overtime at that point, right? And you're being logical right now, but then you're in the back of your head, you'd be like, okay, I mean, I appreciate the extra hours and everything, but I do have to be able to have some type of work-life balance where they're not abusing their power to make me have to stay here at work. Okay. And then maybe you will then start looking for that other position. But nonetheless, which do you want, A or B? And it's putting you in a worse situation, the B, so you're going to A, stay. And this can be all types of situations, guys, where people try to give you the illusion that they're giving you a choice and that they're giving you a choice, but they know that they're putting it up against something very unfavorable. You know, to trump all of that, you have to just do what you have to do. And maybe you're not going to leave in that second, but you'll be strategic and you'll start planning your exit strategy at that point. But yeah, narcissists do this in all types of ways. Okay. It could be a pregnant woman that's 9 months pregnant and, you know, the narcissist is abusing her and calling her all types of names. You know, maybe she's off on maternity leave and, you know, they're trying to get ready for the baby, all the baby stuff there, you know, who knows, maybe she lives with him or something. Well, you don't like it, you can leave. You know, here she is 9 months pregnant. She's like, wow, I don't want to have to go into a shelter. Maybe she doesn't have a lot of support system. And, you know, it puts her in a situation. It's like, oh my God, like, I'm not going to just go sleep in my car right now. All of my baby stuff, all of my things are here. Like, she didn't even, you know, sometimes people make that exit strategy and they're able to plan their way away from the narcissist in a way that doesn't put them in further harm or the unborn baby. So, yeah, so what is she going to be thinking right then and there? You know, people that run off of their emotions might just go, you know. So, you know, if he was not like trying to kill her, the physical threat wasn't there, then maybe she might, you know, she's like, oh my gosh, I got to get out of this. I got to start getting a plan to get out of this situation. And she may be able to do that, guys. But either way, you know, I just wanted to give you a couple of examples of the which do you want, A or B, where they're trying to give you the illusion of the choice when they're actually not. But the blessing of that is, guess what? They're not your maker. You can always give yourself and make your own choices. Always, always. Oftentimes, you know, in these situations, survivors are like birds in an open cage. All you have to do is just fly out of it, honey. Sir. Okay. So I hope that this is helping you guys deal with and, you know, recognize these manipulative statements that toxic people may say to you. If this video resonates with you, go ahead and hit that like button. If you haven't done so, feel free to subscribe to my channel. Check the link below. If you're interested in one-on-one session with me, visit my website, lakiacrawford.com, to schedule your appointment. I do voice calls, FaceTime, Skypes, email coaching. You can see everything else that I have going on, including the support group to Facebook link, which is below. All right. So thank you guys for all the support that you've shown the channel. Great ways to support the channel is always to hit that like button, leave a comment, share the videos, of course. All right. And with that being said, guys, what do I say at the end of all of my videos? Never give up on yourself. Continue to do the work. And until next time, please take care.